If there was ever a time for Americans to wake up and become Paul Revere's of the 21st century, now is the time. Alex Jones here reporting for Infowars.com. That woman on your screen is basically a mafia don. I have researched her for 17 years on air. That is not a liberal. That is an authoritarian monster. We're going to show you some of her financial statements in a moment. They're the size of a phone book. Did you know when she entered the Senate in 1992, she had almost no money? 7 years ago, she was worth $99 million. There aren't any new numbers out since then. Does that give you an idea about that person? If that was your neighbor, what do your instincts tell you about that lady? Well, let me tell you, go with your instincts. I've studied her. She is an America-hating witch. And ladies and gentlemen, she has introduced a bill. She's officially put out the bill. They're going to introduce it on the 3rd when Congress comes back in about 5 days. That declares war on gun owners. All semi-auto handguns and rifles, that's most guns, have to be taken into the ATF and you're fingerprinted and put through their background check where they can just refuse you like anybody that's under level 3. For folks that don't know, you can't buy full auto. You've got to go through a whole ATF background situation, fingerprinting, the rest of it, and they refuse whoever they want. It's a privilege. So imagine the tens of millions of Americans, it's more than 60 million last number I saw, that own one or more semi-autos. It's 160 million total gun owners. 50, 60, who knows, 70 million gun owners that have firearms will have to go in to the new expanded ATF and then be fingerprinted and put through all these systems to decide if you can keep it. And she says they're going to need billions of dollars in the new assault weapons ban to pay you for the gun. They're going to refuse most of you and just say, now turn them in. And by the way, a semi-automatic shotgun, 410, that I was given after my grandfather died when I was 6 years old, you bet it's going to have to be turned in. The ATF has already put out, quote, their proposed rulemaking. Anything semi-auto, it's gone. Over 900 guns. By the way, this is a woman who has 5 armed bodyguards at all times on record and has her own concealed carry that she can carry in basically any state. So this woman is packing heat. Of course she is. That's a predator. She doesn't want you armed. She's armed. And she supports the whole police state, the warrantless wiretapping, just all the evil. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is America's Stalin. Now, continuing here, let's look at the New York Times. This is out yesterday. They did the same analysis we did for Infowars.com, but they say it's positive. They say, yeah, it's a tougher assault weapons ban. Go read it. And it says, yeah, the ATF will decide if you can own the guns you've already got, and most other guns are just completely banned from sale or manufacture. But don't worry, your right to have bolt action for hunting, your Second Amendment's there. They know the Second Amendment is not about hunting. It's about tyrants like this woman who wants the monopoly of force, or Mao Zedong, the communist Chinese government saying we should turn our guns in. The NRA was created by the federal government at the end of the Civil War to teach Northerners how to shoot. Look it up. Gun Owners of America has been classy about it, but they've admitted the NRA has been an anti-gun group. They supported the 68 Gun Control Act. I've interviewed Charlton Heston multiple times, talked to him off air, got to know him a little bit. Great guy. But he was conned into supporting the 68 Gun Control Act with TV ads. That's how they've done all this. And what's happening is crime's lowering, general violent crime, because of increased gun ownership. So the control freaks are panicking, knowing this is their only shot to come in. And again, it was a victim disarmament zone where they advertise there's no guns, where these psychos go to kill people. And the NRA says, hey, arm people like Israel in the schools, which everybody knows Israel does that. And the Israeli Foreign Ministry comes out and says, we don't call that for mass shooters. We call it for terrorism. And the media acted like the NRA lied. So even the milquetoast NRA is being torn apart with lies because they think the public are a bunch of idiots. But go read this article where it's like, yeah, it's going to be introduced the 3rd when Congress comes back in, and it'll make you turn in your guns. The ATF will decide if you can keep them. I mean, this is off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. Now, continuing here, with all of this. Alan Combs says, hey, the right wing's freaking out. Alex Jones is screeching here. He attacks me right down here. This is just insane. Proof we're in a post-constitutional republic. The gun grabbers are going for broke. I mean, what do you call it when the ATF registers you as a criminal with fingerprints? And in every case, once they register the guns, they always then take them the next step. But they are already saying they may just confiscate them on the spot. As Governor Cuomo and Feinstein are saying that that's what the Obama plan is with his task force that's going to recommend total, attack. So it is just amazing. And then they say that, and the ATF's already done this, where somebody's at a shooting range and a gun malfunctions and fires full auto, they still just charge you and take you to jail for felonies. They're saying they will interpret any semi-auto shotgun, even if it's a 410 that carries 4 rounds, whatever, they can change the rules later and then come SWAT team you. So it's an excuse just to arrest millions of gun owners. We got the biggest prison population in the world. You read all the Homeland Security training manuals. It's all about gun owners, veterans, how we're the enemy. It was never about Al-Qaeda, folks. They're planning to come after us in an authoritarian way, the very reason we have our guns. And I'm going to be honest with you, I got the most freaked out I've ever gotten tonight because I read her bill. We put out the analysis about how it's war on the gun owners. And then I went and read for like 2 hours tonight when I got home. All of the so-called left, they're really authoritarians, talk about this. And they are saying, good, we hope you don't turn them in. We're going to come after you. Yeah, we hope there's a civil war. Obama's our new Lincoln. What I saw them building Obama up to, why were they saying he was Lincoln? Why were they saying he would defeat the right-wingers for the last 5 years, even during the last election, 4.5, 5 years ago? Well, now they're saying exactly what I said they'd say. We're going to crush the states. Yeah, we hope you don't turn your guns in. We're coming for you. This is our time. I mean, these people are just criminally animated with a larcenous energy to rob and destroy liberty. Now, there's a petition to try her for treason. We had a Revolutionary War over the Redcoats coming to take the guns. It is treason that she is in government working to overthrow the Bill of Rights and Constitution. That is the government. That's what the flag symbolizes. And here's just her latest financial statements. They haven't been put out in years. $98 million. And I was going through, when she first went in 1992, like $1 million. This woman in government, and again, this is 7-year-old numbers. Reportedly, it's increased a lot. This woman is worth $98 million. Think about that. Think about what these people are doing. Think about what they're pushing. And again, I'm not involved in class envy. I don't dislike her because she's wealthy, but where did the money come from? It's like Nancy Pelosi went to Congress with a few million. Now she's worth, I saw some number like 300 million. And then she flies around in taxpayer Air Force 3 or whatever. That costs tens of millions every time they take. I mean, it is just amazing. Look, here's the head of the EU calling for global government and a merger with Russia. I mean, it's just all there. Finally, there's our petition we launched today. And again, the White House ignores these, but it becomes a media spectacle and it's a great way to get the word out. We've launched a new petition saying, hey, Dianne Feinstein, Barbara Boxer, you turn your guns in. Chucky Schumer, you turn them in. Governor Cuomo, you turn them in. That all federal zones be gun-free zones, including the White House. They want our public schools to be disarmed and advertised as shooting grounds, and we can't have armed guards or armed teachers. So you need to turn in your guns and not have anybody armed. Because, hey, the guns are what causes the crime. It's not about bad people, right? Go to Infowars.com, click through, and sign our petition. It's been up, 5 hours or so, and it's got 2,324. It needs 22,000 more, and we've got a month to get that done. It could happen in hours if you get this out to everybody you know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've studied history, and I've studied the so-called Democrats, and the Republicans are saying they're going to back disarming us as well. They're financed by offshore mega banks like the investment banker Feinstein's married to, who are openly wanting to disarm the American people and turn us into nothing but pure human resources to be used by them. Slaves are disarmed, and they're demonizing gun owners, saying we're terrorists, we're racist. All of this to make us the new enemy. This is it, folks. You either get really aggressive and go to all the congressional meetings and things and get in their faces, or it's over. Because you understand, they want a fight with the American people. They think they've beaten us. They think we're broke back. I say that's different. Sure, a lot of the public's a bunch of TV head zombies, but tens of millions of us aren't. And we better get active, ladies and gentlemen, because they want a physical confrontation with us. We need to beat them in the info war. Even if a physical confrontation's coming, we need to maximize our numbers now to try to stop the violence. But if they try to arrest us and put us in camps and hunt us down like they're saying they're going to do with the whole Homeland Security system set up for gun owners, they're probably going to stage a new Oklahoma City and blame it on us. If you don't know how the White House did that under Clinton, you don't know about Fast and Furious and how they staged that to blame the Second Amendment. As Larry Pratt said, if they'd stage Fast and Furious, they could stage these new shootings. And the evidence is they have. These are criminals who are dangerous, okay? They're dangerous. It's not about left and right. It's about power. And both parties are lining up under foreign banker control to gut this country. Emergency alert. Get this out to everybody. Remember, they said they didn't want our guns. They'd never try to take them. We were conspiracy theorists. Now it's like, don't panic. Yeah, we're going to take them. These people are sick.